music. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Strikeout Beer proudly presents your least favorite podcast in the world. And now live from a hidden government bunker is Rapid, TikTok Dave, and Alan, the part-time nerd.
And everyone goes crazy. Wah! And we're live. Welcome to Strikeout Beer, episode number 101. With your pals, Alan and Rapid Dave. I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave.
How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good little day.
Pretty good?
Yeah, hanging in there.
You know, hey, it's a show after the big episode number 100.
Yeah.
You know, so we've just kind of...
We hit the high note, and then now we're just kind of down to business.
Just so everyone knows, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even going uphill.
We peaked like 100 episodes ago. I'm not going to lie, you know?
Yeah, I think so.
But, hey, what can we say? How's your week been?
Adventurous.
Adventurous?
You know, with all the crap going on around the house. Projects at
kitchen's
work.
Pretty much done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You have a sink?
Yeah, I know, right? It's getting out of control. But, yeah, it's been a wild week. You know, I had some time off. I was off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of last week. I got some stuff done around the house. Oh, my God, I was trying to lose some weight, right? And so every day, I've been doing like some intermittent fasting. Okay. And, you know, kind of sliding into keto a little bit.
Okay.
Boy, I was down. I got all the way down to 220 again. I was like, oh, here we go, baby. Here we go. Weekend happened, and all hell broke loose. I'm like,
it was the 4th of July weekend. What do you expect?
I was having a good time. What are you going to do?
Eat some dogs, some burgers, drink some cold burr.
I like a burr.
All right, let's have a cold burr.
All right, I'm in.
I'm excited about this one just because I know you're probably going to hate it.
I wouldn't say that, but I don't like you leading off with
excited.
this. I don't like you leading off with this. This is nonsense. I don't even know why you're doing this.
I told you about the beer, so we're just ripping the Band-Aid off.
Right.
I don't want you sitting here dreading it the entire show.
I wish you just didn't tell me.
Well, you asked, what do you got? And I was
true.
like, well, like, what do you mean? Like, you want me to tell you what beers I have? Yeah. No, don't tell me the name. Just tell me what kind. Okay, well, here we have his Adios Pantalones Tequila Barrel Aged from Rahr and Sons Brewing.
Not happy.
This is, you know what though? For a barrel aged beer, 6.5%.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just like 1% higher, I think they said, than their normal Adios Pantalones.
Okay.
So
all right,
here we go.
Shout out to the boys at Gangster Softball. They're getting it done today. 6:30 game. We couldn't make it. We pretty much have already got them
right now.
Yeah, we got a mail in this season. I think if we don't have a guest for late night beer review, we can catch the 8:30 games.
Be real close.
It'd be real close. Yeah. I mean, we signed up to do, 90 minutes. So we're going to do 90 minutes. Oh, come on, Alan.
It's on my leg.
All right.
It's on the leg.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm watching it drip on my leg.
Well, then use the towel. Use the towel.
Yeah.
And hand that thing over here.
Hold on. Let me.
Nocturnal Rabbit, how we doing there, pal? I like his whole setup. I like that he's going like hard at the slabs and the Comic-Cons.
Yeah,
and
that's what it's about.
Yeah. I really like that. I think it's neat. Now, I wish I had the money to participate in things like this because he's got a lot of big ticket items. Big ticket items.
He does, and I've actually got to get with him. I got a peach cover. I need you to for the peach signing. I got to I think the 30th to get that over to him. But Peach Momoko did a cover. Chris's "Don't Pay the Ferryman" issue number 1. I got a hold of one of the Peach Momoko covers, and I'm going to get that sent over and get that one signed and graded and stuff.
Did you bring my comic? My package over here?
No, I'll have it Friday.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, yeah, I'm just...
Thank God I paid for that rush shipping.
Well, they forgot to get the prints, so he's picking those up from McLean on Friday.
So we have I already got my Liberty cup right here, but you brought these cool glasses over, Liberty and Justice for All. I mean, it is really cool. Rahr and Sons. All right, so I'm terrified. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think.
So they had this cool deal going on.
Oh, God, I've never wanted to just not drink a beer in my life.
Just drink it. God, you make me sick.
Tequila makes me crazy.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Oh, God. I can't be saying all the crazy stuff I usually say.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right,
but they had this great deal where you got 2 6-packs and these 2 pint glasses.
Oh, God.
For $17.76.
Nice, yeah.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Had that going on this weekend.
This reminds me of Roger from American Dad. He's like, do you want me to take your socks off now or just let them get knocked off?
That's quite smooth.
It's smooth for tequila,
That is
I suppose.
really smooth.
Yikes, yikes.
That's pretty tasty.
Oh, God, tequila. It's not the worst. I actually like a good tequila.
Yeah.
But, oh, God.
Love me some tequila.
No, my clothes stay on for the most part because I pass out. What did I say about that dude that he's from Barstools or whatever? But yeah, he makes a drink so strong you'll be walking around downtown LA on a Tuesday afternoon with your shoes on the wrong feet at a cockfight. It is smooth. I'll give him that.
It's really smooth. That first drink is really good. What's up, Wacko?
Ooh. Yikes. All right. Yeah. All right. So I'm trying to fight through it. It's not bad. First off, it's not bad. I'm extremely nervous
really good.
coming out of the gate with a tequila beer. So that's what's bothering me. What's up, Dylan? How you doing, pal?
Dylan from On and Off the Field. He's going to be joining us late night tonight. Late night beer reviews. He recommended a beer to us this last weekend and went and picked it up. So he's going to have some with us, and we're going to talk beer and fantasy football. Late night beer reviews today. Looking forward to it.
We got the owner of CBD American Shaman of Hearst out here, Mr. Wacko Sorensen. How you doing, pal? Yeah. This is going to make me just a hair nervous. It's making me a hair nervous. I don't want any more. I don't want
There's
any
not
more.
much in there.
Oh, God. So what's Dylan coming on for? Just to talk beer and some sports?
Talk beer and some sports.
Okay.
You know, he's another show in the RTF Sports Network.
Yep. Cool.
And he's going to jump on with us.
All right.
Talk some fantasy football.
Hey, but if you're liking this show right now, go ahead and hit that like and share button. I'm going to pull a Wacko. Wacko says that like every couple minutes on the dot when we're streaming together. And so it's actually funny because the longer the night kind of goes on and the more wine he has, because he doesn't drink a lot of beers unless he's got a Dos Equis or something, he starts into his like radio and I don't know, game show voice. I can't even emulate it because it's so good, but he goes down deep too to get it. He goes, welcome to, and I mean it's pretty great.
Fun.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to pull that audio and
Nate, how you doing, pal? Cheers to you.
So I want to start things off a little different. So I announced a new segment.
Okay.
Grab bag. And here's
not what you think.
Here's what we're going to do with it. We're going to do it periodically through the show. So what we did was we asked all the listeners, hey, give us topics to discuss. They said, what kind? I don't care. Just any topics.
Okay.
So they wrote down a bunch of topics. They sent them to us. We got them all written down. They're all inside here. We've also got topics that me and you wrote that we put in there. So let's talk about the only sport that matters. NHL, July 13th, training camp. August 1st, start qualifying rounds of playoffs. We'll talk about some NHL here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and go with our first random topic. They're all written down in here. And the first one we're going to go with, and these all range from sports, beer, comic books, movies. I mean, the amount of questions we got was wide ranging. So let's see what we got.
Now, yeah, okay. This is obviously not mine.
Baseball's playing to come back.
Okay.
Was the first. So that's the first topic we got. So we're going to talk a little bit of baseball. So training camps have started.
Yeah. A lot of opt-out. A lot of pitchers opting out, it looks like.
David Price opted out.
Yep.
He's not going to play. He's said it's what's best for his family.
Right.
You know, it says this is the time to be playing. I'm going to opt out. I'll catch you guys next year.
Hey, you know what? I got it.
He's sitting out for the right choice, right?
Right.
He's doing it for health.
So when you sit out, do you forfeit your entire salary? I mean, you're obviously not going to make any money, right?
I think you forfeit the salary and
but do you lose that year?
The tenure. Yeah.
So you lose that.
But with a player like him, he's already got all that tenure. So and he just signed a huge deal with the Dodgers or something. So he's good.
Huge. I mean, it's fine. You're getting later in the year anyways. He can't pitch in the later parts of the year.
But he can.
He has trouble down the stretch. He's pretty good up until the 4th of July, or that's what we're missing. We're missing an All-Star game. We're missing the home run derby, things like that. All-Star weekend's fun.
We won't have any of that this year. It's going to be interesting how everything is going to play out because they've released what the schedules are going to look like, and they are condensed. Sam sent over the Ranger schedule for us. This was her topic.
Yeah. I saw it. It was pretty. You're right. They're going to hammer out a bunch of games. I didn't actually look at the schedule either. And
6 days off. That's it.
For out of how many months?
6. They play mid-July, all of August, and all of September.
Okay. Hey, wait this long, I guess.
6 days off in 2.5 months. You've got one streak there where they go 13 games straight.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got some big, streaks in there. No back-to-back days off. It's just go, 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 go. So it's going to be interesting. Again, I'm still skeptical that we're going to get sports.
You don't think baseball is going to happen?
I don't know.
I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, baseball is going to happen.
You've got the news of the day that the Ivy League is doing no sports this fall.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they'll reevaluate next year. So,
I mean, how many Dodger players or pitchers are going to drill Astros player? You know what's crazy is I took the bet. I think I actually placed this bet when they did the total, like it was 80 something or whatever.
Does it void the bet out now?
It has to. It has to void. I want my money back.
You need to go look at that. Yeah, because that over under definitely changes.
Yeah.
For the amount of times that they were going to get hit.
And I'll tell you what, I think it almost in regards to the drilling the beans. I think it changes everything. Like now they're not going to do that. Like if you have 162 games, you can plunk them every so often.
You're still going to get plunked.
Well, you're not going to like. I would like to see everyone just go down the lineup. Just go through the lineup. You burn all the pitchers you got to burn and whatever, and have a little fun with it. But right in the rump.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to change a lot. I don't think you're going to see. I think the dynamic now, especially like the fans get involved. The fans are in the stadium. They're going to be booing like crazy. But now no one's going to be there.
No one's going to be there.
They're going to be at home yelling at the TV.
Fully expecting fans not to be there when the season starts. There's just a lot, like the news broke, a little while ago that the Ravens told their season ticket holders, there's no season tickets. There's nothing here, which that's the first NFL team to say anything about that. Because all the talk has been, we're playing and fans are going to be in the stands. Fans are going to be there. That's all Roger Goodell has been saying. We're going to have fans. It's going to happen. It's happening. And now you've got your first team to come out and say, sorry guys. Now, if something does end up happening, and they are able to have fans there, then the season ticket holders will have top priority based off of how many seats they're allowed to fill and things like that. They're going to go with everyone who's committed to the team and things like that. But it's going to be interesting. You had the NFL Player Association come out and say we don't want it. We don't want any preseason games.
Are we flipping to NFL now?
Well, we kind of moved to it.
Just making sure we transition properly.
We're transitioning. We're talking. Baseball's playing back, and I'm talking, are we even going to get it? Absolutely. And the more and more stuff that you see, MLS is kicking off today.
Yeah.
But there's a ton of games that were postponed because of positive tests. Mm-hmm. So how's that going to work with the flow of a tournament? You're postponing these games. How long are they being postponed? I haven't heard. You had the FC Dallas completely pulled out of the tournament because they had 9 players and a coach test positive. So just because of the high number of positive tests, they're like, we can't properly train, prepare, any of that stuff. So we'll see you guys next year.
Adios.
It's going to be ended. And again, Ivy League not doing any. That's not going to be the first Division I team that's going to pull out. There's going to be more. So we'll see what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. They talked about Stanford, for example. They have a huge number of teams and sports. Well, at the end of this year, they're cutting 11 programs, 11 sports because of everything that's going on.
Interesting.
And they're not the only one that's doing it. So, yeah.
Wouldn't take care of that.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with it. It's bound to happen. You had NCAA teams. You had other colleges already come out and say they weren't going to play football. And then obviously the Ivy League, they canceled. They're like, no, we're just not going to do anything. Everything's canceled. Are these kids even going to be going to college? The kid across the street from here, he's a future physicist. He's going to Texas Tech. But I'm like, Are y'all even going? Or are you going to stay at the house?
Stay right there at the house.
That's what I'm
jump
saying.
on his computer.
So that it's going to be like just a empty. It's going to be a ghost town. It's going to be so weird for these colleges not to have anybody there. I mean, I was like, is someone trying to get a hold of us? It's going to be so weird. But at that point, you knew that nothing was going to happen. You can't have these sports. I mean, you could probably take a lesser sport where there's nobody. Like, even cornhole only has like 6 people there, and it's done in a Marriott.
Yeah.
So I mean, it turns into that, and that's the future until they get this thing whipped. Just like I said before,
so we get a vaccine.
The NFL is not going to play their games with nobody in the stands, and there's no way they can put people in the stands. There's no way. Ain't going to happen.
They will play without people in the stands if they play. That's the only way they're going to play. They're not going to forego all that TV money.
It's a ton too.
It's a
Sunday ticket. The Sunday ticket's going to shoot through the roof,
right? So you're.
We have to sell a car to get that thing this year.
I'm already signed up.
Okay,
so.
All right, good.
I think my payments actually might have already started coming out.
Nice.
Get that refunded after they cancel the season. But it's going to be interesting to see what's happening. I think I heard golf is actually going to have a few spectators this upcoming week. Did they cancel that?
They canceled that.
Okay.
Nobody. I think it's the Memorial, right?
Yeah.
Yep. The Memorial's this weekend. There's no spectators. You have caddies that are testing positive, and then the golfers don't even want to play because their other caddies are testing positive. Their caddies testing positive. Themselves are testing positive. I haven't seen any big names yet.
Well, you've had some big names who have had to because their caddy tested positive, but not because they tested positive.
Right. That's
so you've had a few of those guys, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't know. Everyone's so convinced we're getting sports, and I'm not sold on it. Yes, we've got some stuff starting. We got MLS is kicking off tonight. You've got.
Well, let's go back to golf real quick.
Okay.
All right.
We've got golf.
Do you want fans there anyways? Because all they are a bunch of jackasses screaming, "Get in the hole!" from 400 yards out.
Baba booey.
Yeah, off the tee box.
Yeah.
It's like, God, I don't know who told these guys that kind of stuff's funny or even entertaining. It's annoying. The problem is at golf tournaments, everybody just gets drunk and you're walking around sloshed, and then you're like,
how many dumb things have you done when you've had a few beers?
I mean, not in a golf tournament. I have kept my cool at golf tournaments.
The last one you went to was what? The Masters?
I've been there.
Yeah, you got to play that cool.
The Colonial?
The Colonial? Okay.
What's that one in Dallas? In Las Colinas. I went to that one.
Byron Nelson?
I went to the Byron Nelson.
That one's a drunk fest, though, right?
It's a little bit rowdy. But I took it easy that day.
Yeah.
I'm starting to kind of bring it down a little bit. Yeah, thanks, Happy Gilmore.
What's up, Jimmy?
Man, what's up, Mama? How are you? But that's what I like. I like that I can turn it on. Now they've been catching some F-bombs. The problem is now you get every bit of the audio from the caddies and the players.
So you have to play it at a delay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to catch that.
I don't understand why they don't play with a delay. Who cares? How the hell would I know if it's on a 20-second delay?
Exactly. 20, 30 seconds, whatever you need.
Give yourself some time.
But at the same time, I like little wheels off because they're trying to. Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, no kidding, right? No, I do like it when they scramble to go like, but I do prefer the tournaments. I've watched some golf here recently where I just sit on the couch and it's so quiet. You can hear the swing perfect. I mean, it's like they're taking the shot, but it's the entire show. Yeah. And you have the announcers talking. I mean, I can't wait. Interzone, what's up, man? We're going to get to that, actually, here in a little bit. We are, man. Thanks for tuning in. I hope everything's well.
Jimmy says they need to extend the delay now that there are no fans.
They can. They absolutely can. Extend it a minute. No one cares.
Yeah.
Me sitting at home, I'll have no idea if there'll be. The only difference will be if something happens and I get an alert on my phone.
Right. But you're not delaying it that much.
Right.
Honestly. You add 30, 40 seconds into there. That's plenty of time to catch anything that's said.
I just want to put it on TV, watch some golf, and enjoy myself. Yeah. I'm telling you, the fans ruin it for me.
And let's be honest.
Fans ruin it. The cheers, I love the cheers, and I love like as they're walking up the 18th and the winner, and everybody's going bonkers. You give them the clap, giving everybody the clap. Make sure you put that for next week.
Oh.
And they're going crazy, and that's great. And the players, you can see the emotion in their face, and they're having a great time, and they're living in the moment. And right now, there's nothing, but there's other people there, obviously that'll clap and congratulate them. But I hate the fan, screaming off the tee box, screaming after as soon as the ball leaves the putter.
People don't know how to act right.
Damn it, people don't know. People are the worst. They're the problem.
They are.
They are the problem.
They are.
All right, that's it. See, I bet you didn't think you were going to get that much out of golf from me today.
I mean,
I think Bryson DeChambeau or whatever his name is.
He just won this last one.
He won this past week. So there you go.
He's gotten big.
There's your couple minutes. He's been kind of plump for a while.
He's blown, but like he's getting like
he's got that COVID-19. Oh, he's getting buff?
Yeah, he's getting buff.
Oh, okay.
Like he's got this whole new diet. He eats whatever he wants. He's just adding mass and muscle on. And I mean, the dude can just completely.
That's what got Tiger in trouble.
Smash the ball.
That's what got Tiger in trouble. He got too big. He was doing the marine.
Tiger was just dumb though.
He was jacked, but that's what hurt his body.
Yeah,
he got too big
because he was doing
muscle.
too much.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I agree.
It's
all right.
It is what it is.
Go ahead and let's plug RTF real quick. You got anything to say good about them?
Yeah, I like them. So again, we're on the RTF Sports Network. Check them out on Facebook, RTF Sports Network. Go to the website, rtfsportsnetwork.com. There you'll have a live stream. We're on the live stream right now. Well, you can point, but they can't hear that on the live stream. It's just audio. But also, just go out there and check it out from periodically because you might catch one of the ads that I threw together for us. Threw them on there. Got 3 ads.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty funny.
They're pretty good.
I got jokes. But check them out, rtfsportsnetwork.com and on Facebook. What's up, Angry Artist in the house?
What's up, brother?
Look, he's wearing the shirt. Let's see here.
Oh, and the share. Thanks so much, sir. I appreciate you. You're always sharing. You're always taking care of us. Yeah, Jimmy, the same people who are yelling, get in the hole are the same who sit in the nosebleeds and argue balls and strikes. It is absolutely annoying to listen to someone argue balls and strikes from 450 feet away on the fourth
I'll tell you
floor.
One of the greatest things I ever saw was I was playing softball.
Okay.
And we were playing a team, and this guy was in the outfield, out in left field, yelling, "Come on, man, that was a strike." The ump's calling balls. He's like, I can't believe you called that. Ump calls time. Behind the plate, ump calls time. Walks out to left field, stands behind him, and goes, "Play." and the dude looks at me and goes, What are you doing? You can't call balls and strikes from back here. He goes, "Well, obviously you can." Yeah. So, go ahead, pitch. You're good. Nice. And called a couple pitches from out there. And the guy's like, "Man, I'll shut up. I won't talk anymore."
Yeah, just
he
shut
said, "All right."
up.
And then he
shut up.
Went back.
Kids sports are the worst. I used to.
No, this is adult softball.
Oh, adult softball.
Yeah.
Okay. Even adult slow pitch softball and kids sports are the absolute worst. Parents ruin everything. You can't just sit there and have a good time, watch your kid. Yeah. Listen, I got some news. Your kid's not going pro.
No.
He's probably not even going to college.
There's one kid I coached.
Yeah.
I think he might be going pro.
There's always someone
keep my eye open for him. Let me know when Gunner makes it in the NBA.
Nice. Let's go ahead and shout out to the Angry Artist. Got some cool swag. Guys always doing fantastic work. Check him out on Facebook. The Angry Artist. He's got his own group, but then you can follow him as well.
The Art of the Angry Artist.
Yeah, and then William Russell. That's his name on there.
At Lattimore.
Yep.
12.
Yeah. Oh, that's Instagram, I think.
And Facebook.
Oh, and Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, Lattimore 12.
Yeah.
Dude, does fantastic
work. We'll
work.
have that print up next week.
Oh, nice.
That Don't Pay the Ferryman print, because we got that as part of the Kickstarter.
Cha-ching.
So we'll have that next week. I'll make sure I got one of them in a frame, and we'll get that.
I need like a button over here that goes cha-ching, so every time we do a plug or something like that.
Cha-ching.
Beer fun's open, by the way. I changed it up. This week it's just, Lizzie has some other stuff up there. Uh-huh. I go, it's at Strikeout Beer and $ Strikeout Beer.
Okay. All right. There we go.
Buy your least favorite podcast of beer. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about this. You got to catch up.
I had more than you.
We're having tequila barrel aged Adios Pantalones by Rahr. 6.5% alcohol by volume. It says keep cold. I drank it really as fast as I could. I was very scared at first, terrified.
I know you were.
And obviously, with how chatty I am now, it's hitting me pretty good.
It's only 6.5%.
It's tasty.
So it doesn't really get you, but I really think that, because I've had Adios. I should have gotten some Adios Pantalones, just a regular one, so we can kind of compare the two. Maybe that'll be for a show a different day. But this is a lot smoother, I think, than the normal. I'm pretty sure.
It's pretty smooth.
It's.
I think at first I was really nervous because I was afraid of the
tequila barrel aged.
I was afraid of the tequila, the taste. But it actually complements the beer quite well because I remember Adios Pantalones, the regular one.
Yep.
And I've had that. I like it. Enjoy it. I was very nervous, but they complement the flavor. They complement each other fantastically. So this thing, I mean, it's going to probably get a high score from me, but I want you to finish and tell me what you think about it.
If you want to go ahead and start talking about and score it, I'll be ready.
All right. So hear me out, folks. It's got a pretty good, fresh, clean up front. You know you're drinking craft beer, but it's got the tequila finish, but not too much.
But a good tequila.
A good tequila finish.
Because it's very smooth.
Very smooth. And that's where this one's landing. I almost say this is a perfect beer. Now,
really good.
I mean, Rahr makes some really good beer. Don't get me wrong. This is brand new, right? Like this came out a couple weeks ago or a month ago, I think.
It came out a few months ago.
Yeah. I saw it pop up.
We
and
weren't
I was like,
able to get some the first batch.
Oh, okay.
This is second or third batch.
I was like, I'm not drinking this. But then now I'm going through it.
I don't give you the choice.
I had gun at my head, had to do it. And yeah, I'm 4.25 on this one. Absolutely. I probably could go higher. The clear, it's crystal clear. It's got great color. The mouth feels really good. Goes down well. It's a really good beer. It's a damn good beer.
I wrote it down at 4.25 too, and I almost feel bad giving it that score because it is I'm going to tell you right now.
There's that tequila. I need some lime. We need to spray some lime in that thing. Some salt. Get those things going. Like, let's go.
Ohio State pauses voluntary workouts following virus results. You lose a school like Ohio State.
Yeah, they'll all shut down.
Yep. I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. This is the best beer I've ever had from Rahr.
That's pretty damn good.
I can't remember a beer that I've enjoyed more from Rahr than this one.
Yeah, I mean, the beer that I like, the original, the most.
Rahr's original is a good one.
It's just a lager, though. But that's, you don't get a whole lot. No. Not a lot of flavors. And if we were talking to Daniel's like, that's what a lager is. There's no flavor.
Exactly what it's supposed to be.
And, this, boy. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area or in the surrounding area where you can pick one of these things up, I'd highly recommend it. It's in downtown Fort Worth. Rahr and Sons Brewing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I was actually shocked. I'm completely shocked. Oh, boy.
It's really good. Let's move on to the next Rahr beer.
All right. While you're doing that, let's get a little fun here.
Okay. We're going to reach back into the grab bag.
All right. So this is obviously one that I wrote up. Oh, crap.
Oh, geez.
I got some crazy stuff in here. I really do. Oh, God. Okay. Are y'all ready? All right, you're locked in a room with the devil and Joe Buck calling the World Series. You have a pistol with one shot. Who do you shoot?
I mean, the devil, right?
Have you ever listened to Joe Buck call a World Series?
Yeah.
I'm killing him. I'll pistol whip the devil.
Yeah, Wacko, I highly recommend you test this. You get this beer, dude.
I'm telling you.
Like I said,
it's really good.
I'm finding trouble finding a Rahr beer that I like more.
I was very surprised.
Joe Buck every time, DJ.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. And I know that's what I tell you, that's what crazy people say, but I am not, or maybe I should say I'm not alone. Maybe I should say I'm not alone. Look,
you're not.
It's coming in. Let's go, boys. Yeah,
Buck the devil is coming back to life. How do we know the devil's not? But he's the devil,
coming
right?
in. Let's go, boys. Okay. Let's go.
Everyone says, here's the thing, though. He's the devil, right?
Everybody wants Joe Buck dead first.
How do we not know the devil's not going to bring Joe Buck back?
He is the devil, after all.
Right. And then you wasted your one bullet. Now you're stuck.
Hey, at least you're going to feel better about yourself.
Are you?
Yeah, you're like, well, I killed him once. Hey, the devil had to bring you back. That's how much I hate you. Well, I don't mind Joe Buck. Like on Sunday, he drives me crazy. But I'll tell you what, when him and Aikman hit the booth on Fox on Sundays, you're sitting there with it's going to be, if football's right there. But World Series time, he just sounds so beaten. He's such a whip.
And he's not just doing World Series. He's also doing football too. He's going back and forth.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, and I'm talking about World Series. That's why I was specific on that.
That's why I'm talking during the World Series. Yeah. He's going back and forth.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 games the same day,
Yeah.
But here's my thing with him. I don't mind him so much, and part of why I don't mind him is because, again, we're ticket fans, right? He'll drop in some ticket shtick on you.
He will.
He'll sneak one in on you. And for me, just sitting there listening, then all of a sudden just hearing that one little thing that, I'm in the minority in getting that joke or that line there is worth it to me.
Nice.
I don't mind it. What are we drinking now?
Idea for sportless COVID times. Can we get a hologram of John Madden and Harry Carey calling games? Why the hell not? We have the technology.
Well,
we have the technology.
So if you're going to do that, you get Will Ferrell and Frank Caliendo.
Yeah. But we have the technology to have the real. All right, real quick. Rahr and Sons Brewing Company, Dagum IPA, Indian Pale Ale, 12 fluid ounces, 6.6 alcohol by volume. Nothing really else to read, but it looks hoppy because there's a lot of hops on the can.
Hops.
Love the can. So, all right, we'll check this out real quick. Oh, yeah.
MLB intake testing yields 1.8% positive test.
Ooh, that is hoppy. Oh, God, that's full
Just
of hops.
66 out of 3,700.
Nice.
So that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty low. Mike.
What's up, Mike?
How'd you guys do in the first game, buddy?
Oh, I need to know.
Let us know.
Should we just have him
if it
call in
started
real
at
quick?
6:30 and we're already done at 7:31?
I went the full time. Yeah, no, that's it. In the parking lot by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably fired it up on the way out,
We'll see.
in the dugout. He's loyal.
Tell us how you did.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Tell us. Yeah, I love Mike. Jimmy, you make a hell of a point, and we can have this if we can have a hologram at like Bonnaroo or wherever the hell at Coachella.
Right.
Why the hell can't we have a hologram of Harry Carey or Joe Madden calling games?
Killed them. Mike said Gangster comes out.
It's hot.
Red hot.
That's because we weren't there. We're terrible players,
awful.
and we're the devil.
Yeah.
We're detrimental
we
to the
drag
team.
everybody else down.
Yeah.
It's great.
You know
I love it.
You know how you play golf with someone that's really good, and you're like your game all of a sudden up. You're sitting up straight or whatever. I mean you're terrible. But
I mean I've played with like Hess and Doc, and all we've done is drag them down to our level.
Well, that's the thing. See, you suck the life out of people. But
don't. It's not just me.
I can play better with.
It's you too.
But when I'm out there with you, collectively we're
we're a force to be reckoned with.
We're a pair of
Category 5
concrete shoes
tornado
that they put on somebody and throw them in the river.
F5 tornado.
Oh my God! Well, congratulations. All right, yeah.
But yeah, okay. So you guys all say Joe Buck. I say the devil. Okay.
I'd shoot Joe Buck and make a deal with the devil to have Madden call 10 more games. This guy's on fire.
Nothing wrong with man.
I'm telling you.
But so
what kind of
the hologram is going to be expensive, and then you have to have someone voice it though, still too, right?
No technology. He's already said enough. They can put every audio.
But someone's got to give them the words.
I'm telling you,
someone's got to type it up or whatever.
No.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Give me Frank Caliendo and Will Ferrell.
All right, I'm telling you, the technology's there
because he wants the comedy.
The number's already. All right, hold on.
Ant wants the ants.
There you go. That's the number 469-629-8177. Why didn't someone else tell me that it said, I didn't do welcome to the show, the beer of the week. I didn't do any of that.
Yeah, you're slacking off over there.
Oh, no.
Oh,
God. Hold on.
Hold on. We got a phone call. Hello. Caller. You're on the air.
Hello.
Nope.
Oh, hold on, man. Let me fire you up on that. I'm going to put you on the
It's our first call.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Hey. Got some new craft beer, Miller Lite. You guys got to try this.
Okay, well, look in. Where do you get that at?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Our new second baseman brought it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there we go. We finally got a second baseman.
That's good.
Yeah, his name's Lou Gehrig, and he's probably going to play for about 2,100 games.
Okay, all right.
So how'd y'all do tonight?
We killed these guys. It was their first softball game, so we really didn't have to have outfielders. It was a pretty good time.
Oh, man. That was their first game?
So it was their first game.
Oh, that's depressing.
Ever.
So this is typical gangster fashion, though.
Mm-hmm.
We show up first week, slaughter the first team we play, and then just get railroaded the second game.
And the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And usually the rest of the season sometimes, too. Yeah.
Who do y'all got in the second game, man?
Dude, I think it's the team that just loves to just rip on us every time.
God.
Okay.
We're ready. We're ready to, go,
well,
9 consecutive losses. Starting next. As long as we're having fun, though, we're good.
Okay, all right. You keep that positive attitude. Pound those beers.
Yeah,
beer makes the losses better.
Yep, and I know you guys have a lot to cover, but I will say we missed you. It's weird without Brandon and Alan out there just beating people up. So,
beating people down. People down.
If I'm not out there, who's going to tell the ump to pull his head out of his butt?
Yeah, well, one of the refs was a rookie too, so he's a little rusty too.
Okay.
Hey, you guys go kill the show, and it was fun listening.
All
Thanks,
right,
man.
we'll talk
See
to you
ya.
later.
Rock and roll.
All right, so there's algorithms that will put that together, and you can sync it to pre-record games easy.
I'm telling you, there's technology for this.
And the Rabbits they could do voice same way they did Peter Cushing for Grand Moff Tarkin. Find some sound bites and create audio.
Exactly.
So
thanks, Ann, for checking in, man. You can tell he wanted to talk a little bit. He was really excited. Softball's back. It's opening day for us. I mean, we're usually already in the parking lot, just really amped up.
Knockered up before the game even starts.
Yeah, I get a little sloppy. It's okay.
I mean, it's all right. You got to have a few in you before you start.
Yeah, otherwise
you got to loosen up.
I'm incredibly nervous.
Yeah.
All right.
So where do you want to go to next?
You tell me, man. You got the list over there.
Let's do Twitter tweets.
Okay.
Let's give us the tweet of. So we got.
There's a ton.
There's more than one tweet of the week. You were like, I think I got one. There wasn't a whole lot, and I was like, well, can I interest you in some Pat Mahomes memes? And you're like, send them over. And then I found a few others. So we'll just call it a memes of the week.
Yeah, let's do memes.
Memes.
All right. Well, actually, we're gonna stop. We're gonna start at the top. Okay, so this is what you sent me, and then I have a couple at the bottom.
Okay.
The first one is right here. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry about that. Let me get that banner right there. The world right now. It shows it's on fire, and then below it has me, and it's obviously Will Ferrell, and he says "F the Cowboys."
Yeah.
This is always the screw the Cowboys, right? We're in Dallas, but yeah.
The world's burning down. We're in the middle of the pandemic, but still, F the Cowboys.
You're right. I just made that point. If Tupac can come back and do a couple songs at Coachella, they can make baseball broadcasters. Yeah. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. All right. So we'll move on to the next one here. We had a fighter.
Oh, yeah.
It's John Fury and Paul Felder got into it apparently on Twitter. And he's like, stay retired, Paul. You're better commentator than a fighter. Paul replied, does it make you feel good to saying that? Need to say that to my face, man. He goes, nope, you'd kick my that's why I said it on Twitter. He goes, fair enough.
Fair enough.
There's a reason people talk on Twitter.
Yeah. But it was nice that he recognized the fact. He was like, hey, why don't you say that to my face? No,
we're good.
No. You'd kick my butt 100%.
Oh, my goodness. And then, you know what? Oh, okay, there it is. My home's girlfriend tonight, and it shows a picture of a safety pin and a rubber.
Yeah.
Condom.
He just recently got paid a lot of money.
$500 million?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to that. It's coming up. There you go. All right. I can't read what this. When Patrick Mahomes' new contract wraps up, the New York Mets will still be paying Bobby Bonilla.
Greatest deal ever.
Ever.
Pat Mahomes, he's getting all this money, but at the end of the day, he's going to stop getting it, and Bobby Bonilla still be getting that almost $1.2 million.
Oh, that check is crazy.
Gotta love it.
You know what? Let's do this one. Gary Sheffield Jr.
Okay.
Now this one is. I'll throw it at you and see how you accept it.
Okay.
Nike refuses to sell Redskins gear until they change their name, while they make shoes in sweatshops in China. Weirdos.
Yeah.
How do you accept that?
It's a valid point. I mean,
you have people that are like total social justice warriors that are like, oh, I mean, you're going to compare that to blah, 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 so we shouldn't change the name. No, you're missing the point. The point is Nike has a bunch of sweatshops in China that they pay people 10 cents an hour to put together shoes, and most of them are children.
Sounds like you're getting fired up here.
So I'm not getting fired up. So anyways, I
got it queued.
No. I got you. I got you all the way down on that. All right, and this is why I brought this up. So Tom,
Chris Davis has a similar contract with the Oreos.
Crush?
Yeah.
Nice. He's the most recent one, I think, that has one of those wild contracts. So Tom Pelissero, the NFLPA, informed its board of representatives today that the NFL proposed 35% of player salaries be held in escrow to help manage costs during the 2020 season, per sources. Michael Thomas retweeted, LOL, everyone will sit out and not play until they get their stuff together before we do this. You get the number one wide receiver in the league.
Yep.
On one of the most famous teams in the nation. Saints group right there. What's up?
I just saw a note fly across the scroll. Amazon is pulling all Washington memorabilia from the website.
Yep.
So Amazon will not be selling any more Washington gear.
Yeah. All right. And then the last but not. Oh, okay. Well, real quick. So this is something to keep an eye on for NFL season, because if you got players that'll sit, they'll sit.
Yeah.
All right. And then you got Dak Prescott reportedly asking $1 billion contract after seeing Mahomes' deal. Sit down, Mr. 8-8. We're going to get you 45, maybe 45 total million. And then how about you work a little bit and put a little effort into it?
If you want to see something funny, just Google, Pat Mahomes' contract, and then all the gifts are going to come out there of Dak asking Jerry for $500,000. And it's a bunch of like clips from like Family Guy and stuff where they Photoshop the heads, and it's funny. It's good stuff. It's definitely great.
Oh man!
But yeah, I mean, it's
Dak wants that money. We'll talk NFL
he ain't
here in a
gonna
second.
get that money.
Oh hell no!
It's not happening.
They franchise tagged him anyways, but
and he's already signed it. So hell. All right. He could be gone after this year.
The Chicago Bears avoided having to pay $500 million by drafting Mitchell Trubisky instead of Patrick Mahomes. Genius. Yeah, it's always it's happier.
There's the Eddie Murphy one out there that says don't have to pay Pat Mahomes $500,000 if you don't draft him.
Yeah. Oh my God! And last but not least, I'm looking at Patrick Mahomes. Are those euros? I don't know what that is. But he is Kermit the Frog. Sounds just like him.
Yeah, he does.
So there you go. That is your week in Twitter.
So you want to go ahead and talk about the Pat Mahomes deal?
Sure. Let's fire it up.
So
what
was the end numbers on that contract?
What, 500 over 10 years?
It's a total. It's a 10-year extension. So he's still going to play these next 2 years under his current contract.
So TJ says we need to change the name of Washington to the Joe Bucks.
Go buck yourself.
Oh boy. Oh God.
Yeah. So it's a 10-year worth up to $503 million through 2031.
Okay.
It's obviously the biggest contract ever signed.
Is that any league? Or just here in America, or just the NFL?
It's tricky because once you go over to like Premier League and things like that, you're talking transfer fees and things like that. So I don't know if there's any. It's hard to get an equivalent in some of those other sports.
Average out $45 million a year.
Yeah, average $45 million a year.
I heard there's some incentives or something where it can get up to like $550.
Well, and there was also some wording in there where it's kind of tied. And I don't quite understand it all.
Did A-Rod really get more? Can we verify that?
He might have.
Dude, $750. What? $750?
A-Rod got a huge contract.
Well, maybe totals like after he was paid out or whatnot, after like incentives and stuff, because that was back when they were like going to the World Series every other year. That's crazy. Yeah, we're going to have to verify that. That's wild. Woof. So did Mahomes earn this money? Yeah, I think he's definitely. They're going to lock in 10 years with this guy. This is the future of their franchise. You got the Waffle House King himself at the helm. The defense is real shoddy. The offense is superpower, but it leaves no money to be left around.
No, and like I was saying a second ago before we had that, and now A-Rod never signed a 750. He signed a 275. Mm-hmm. But that's showing that's the highest one that he signed. Maybe over his career he signed 700.
He made that much,
right? Yeah. But it's tied to the salary cap in that the per year can kind of go up, and it's almost calculated to where he's going to be like the highest paid player every year. Like no one's going to really be able to surpass him.
Oh God!
But it really gets into it. Your top contracts. You've got Mahomes at 503. You had Mike Trout. Just signed the 12-year, $426.5.
Right.
Canelo Alvarez with the DAZN, 365. Bryce Harper just signed the 330. Giancarlo Stanton signed 325. Just under him is Garrett Cole at 324. Manny Machado at 300, and A-Rod at 275. Number 9 is Nolan Arenado. 260, and then A-Rod again at 252.
That guy's made some bank. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, this is a guy that you definitely want to lock down. He's already proven himself. He's already Super Bowl champion.
$45 million guaranteed.
Think about that. Think about that. He's already proven himself. Dak hasn't done anything, right? He hasn't done any damn thing. I mean, we get a lot of that, I guess, because Dak is wanting a massive contract. We're here in Dallas, so we see it all the time. It's everywhere. But he hasn't done a damn thing, Really, he truly hasn't, and he's got a ton of weapons, a good offensive line, a decent defense, and they haven't done it. They haven't got it done. Whatever the issue is, if it was the clapping redheaded mouth breathing dummy that was over here,
you'll find out this year, right?
Calling plays and whatnot. Yeah, if the Giants tank.
Here's the thing, though. I think this year's going to be tough for any team that got a new coach or a new offensive coordinator. This year is going to be tough, and it's going to be hard because you don't have that time that you can put in to learning it. Yes, you can study the playbook. You can go over it. You can memorize it all you want. But until you and your other teammates get out there and actually try and practice this, it's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see what's going on.
It's a process. God. Oh, buddy, I feel bad for New York.
And Jimmy said $45 million a year could be a steal here in a couple of years for Pat Mahomes.
Because everything keeps going up, right? He's the new standard. And if you want to lock in whoever wins the next Super Bowl, I don't know who it's going to be, obviously, but you have to assume that Kansas City will be in the running.
They're obviously in the running.
You always have New Orleans as a threat. San Francisco seems to be bumping up a little bit, but I think Garoppolo really holds them back, to be honest with you.
Here's where they're going to have trouble. Garoppolo was best when Emmanuel Sanders was out there, and they don't have Emmanuel Sanders anymore.
Yeah, he's gone now. He's on the Broncos.
But they're counting on some of these younger receivers to kind of step up and do some things. So we'll see what they do. I'm not going to write him out. I mean, it was his first year after a big injury, right?
Right.
So players after the first year of that big injury typically aren't in their best of shape, aren't in their best of playing. They're getting past the hurdles of – there's a lot of mental that goes into that. You just got hurt. You don't want to get hurt again. So you're really stressing about that, thinking about that. I expect Jimmy G to be better this year than he was last year.
Yeah. And you got to watch out for Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens. They're going to be out of control this year if he keeps it going, if they're still peaking.
He's improved.
Cole should be
second year. He improved in all phases and facets of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
It can get out of control. It's going to get out of control quick. Trubisky. Oh, my God. You want to talk about NFL anymore, or what do you want to flip to?
Let's talk about – we were talking about the 49ers. Let's talk about Raheem Mostert.
That guy is getting the shaft. That guy needs to get paid. He really does. He brought them to the Super Bowl, essentially. I mean, that guy ran over everybody. He led the league with yards per carry. I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't know what they're doing. This guy – and he was a fantasy monster as well.
He was. Second half of the season, really. Here's the problem that the 49ers have.
Thanks for bringing up the Niners, Jimmy.
They have poured a ton of money into running backs.
Yeah. They've got like 5.
You've got Tevin Coleman.
Yep.
You've got who's the guy they signed from? Was it the Vikings?
He was that wasn't Madison, was he? That was a backup for Delvin Cook. I really don't even care. But I feel like they're really disrespecting him. So he's already asked for a trade. He goes,
Jerick McKinnon. They paid him a big contract.
Mm-hmm.
Tevin Coleman got a big contract. So you've already got 2 running backs that you have big contracts with.
Who stable
didn't play.
Yeah.
Was banged up. Was hurt. He played 8 games, but when he played, he was great.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely carried them through the playoffs.
They're paying him on a special team salary.
He ain't making anything. He was trying to negotiate a new contract. Now he's not trying to get stupid money, right? He's not trying to get Zeke money.
He just wants to get some money.
He wants more.
Yeah.
He was the guy who carried your running attack.
All right, this is the second or third time it's been asked. All right, do you want to do the Washington bit?
Oh, I got you.
All right. This is for you, Interzone.
This is another new segment we're getting ready to launch, and it's called
You know what really grinds my gears, America? Whoa.
You know what really grinds my gears, America?
I'm glad you laid off the FU at the end of that.
No, it was just America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You've had hot sports opinions about Washington for a few years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've been anti-Redskins.
Yeah, I don't even use that
the
word.
Title. I know you don't use it, and I typically don't.
Yeah.
I typically say Washington.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily because I have a problem with it, but here's my thing. You've had people from the tribes out there in Washington, D.C. who have talked about they take great pride in having an NFL team named after that.
Correct.
And the people that are voicing their concerns aren't the people from the tribal community.
No, they're the social justice warriors and whatnot, and
it's a bunch of white crackers like me and you who throw fits about it.
God, why are we ruining everything?
Here's my, and you know what?
A bunch of pasty, soft white folk.
I get it, right? It's cancel culture.
It is.
Things are different.
Yeah. But I've been calling for this for years.
Tell us why you've been calling for it for years.
Well, I mean, when this first brought up, everybody was like, "Oh man, this is like tradition. This is, we should be." I don't care what tradition is. There's tradition that we have Confederate flags and statues and everything else around here. Listen, if there's a tradition, you can't go. It doesn't matter if it's offensive to. I would say if it's offensive to Native Americans, well, American Indians, then yeah, okay, that's a problem. You know what I mean? I have definitely backed the change of this name for a long time. Like when we do our picks, when we do our bets, or when we talk about anything,
it's always Washington.
You've never seen me use. I use everybody else's term, and even when we're doing our picks on Instagram and things like that. So on Thursdays, Sundays, and Mondays, we make picks.
I like football.
Plus a little money, but it's always Raiders, Cowboys, and then it's Washington, or it's this and that. So if it was an offensive word, then yeah, get rid of it. It's not supposed to be there anyways. Mm-hmm. But this tribe over there, the tribe that was out of the east, they're actually, it was the moniker or the image of the Washington was an actual outline of it's Blackfoot or Blackfeet or something like that. It's Chief Blackfeet or something like that. It was something like that. They're it's
an actual Indian, and he's the one who's come out and
what's up, Mike? How you doing, pal?
Yeah, here's my where do you draw the line?
Exactly.
So okay, if you're going to change the Redskins, do we change the Blackhawks? Do we change the Indians?
Is Blackhawks offensive, or is that the name of the tribe that was up there?
Do we change the Chiefs?
The Chefs?
The Chiefs. Nah. I mean, it's an easy change. You change them to the Chefs, right?
Yeah.
And you get the chef from the Muppets is now your new mascot,
exactly.
Right? Yeah.
The Chiefs is not offensive. Like, even when they
the Redskins means warrior.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of different things. You know what? I just can't trust this guy's math on this one. You know what I mean?
Math involved. No, but I mean it's.
If the name was offensive to people, and I'm not talking about white people like us, or all these people that want just everything canceled, but if it's offensive to Native Americans or American Indians, then yeah, it needs to be changed. Yeah. That's my problem with it. And you can call it whatever you want. Just call it something else.
Yeah, and they've come out and said they're changing the name.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to have nothing to do. They're not going to have an Indian on the picture, not a feather, nothing to do with Native Americans.
What was the name of the team in the replacements? Were they like the Nationals or
the
Monuments?
Senators.
The Senators or Senators?
Senators, yeah.
I get the damn Senators.
Yeah.
I don't care. Just make it something else.
I've heard like Warriors. They might like become like the Washington Warriors or whatever. But whatever.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's just something that's been around for a long time, and it's resurfaced, and it's exactly what I'm like. Hey, you know what? Just change it. And I'm not for cancel culture ever. Do not give in to these nut jobs that want to just cancel after something goes. Because half the time the excuse is not even there. It's not even valid anyways. It's something they write on the damn internet that is just there to bait you in and just draw you in.
And Jimmy said the Indians already had to remove Chief Wahoo. Just leave them alone.
I'm telling you, when that happened, I was
Cleveland's
really
already come out and said they're going to revisit their name.
Yeah, they're going to look into it. Yeah, everybody's going back in. You want to talk about a whole other issue that I don't want to talk about. I don't want to get in.
You got the whole cancel culture, and at a certain point in time, you've got to draw the line, right? Like
you have some companies that just say, no, we're not going to do anything.
People try to they're trying to change things. They want to do what they think is right. And just like,
Mrs. Butterworth, Uncle Ben,
Aunt Jemima, right? The syrup.
I went into there to get the damn syrup this weekend because IHOP sent me something else. I go, I want the damn Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, it's just weird and it's strange because you had someone who she was proud to be the spokesperson, but no one else. It wasn't just like they just selected Aunt Jemima and they had nothing to do with it. There was an actual person who was the spokesperson for it, and I get it, and I can understand what African Americans, Black people, whatever they want to be called these days. It changes, have gone through in their lives, and I'll never understand. But I've talked to a lot of them who don't understand the change.
It's not them pushing either. The people that we talk to, and most people that we interact with, and I'm talking, we work for a company that's the most multiracial, multicultural company I think I've ever worked for. So we've met a lot of cool people along the way.
A lot. And
you want to talk to down-to-earth people? You want to talk to the people who, like the actual people? They're like, I'm not even aware of this. Because it's not. It's people that are out there trying to just stir up crap and divide us. That's the problem. You want to watch a crazy podcast? Talk to TJ Fabby, man. He'll tell you about how we all need to unite.
Yeah, and that's the thing that you hear everyone talk about. Yeah, I got another one. Or we want to do the other beer?
Yeah, we'll do the other beer. Let's talk. Let's finish up. I'm going out of control on this one. I'm going out of control.
But you just got to be careful with this cancel culture. That's all there is to it. We're gonna get rid of and erase a lot of things that don't mean what some of these people think it is, and they're just gonna start canceling things just because that's being a.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was TJ Batty. I was like, because I just saw the TJ. I was like, speaking of, let's cancel COVID. I'm in Texas. He needs his football back. Hey,
I know, right?
I need some football too.
I know it. But that's the whole thing with that, and that's why we've talked about this so many, like for the last 3 or 4 years. I think 5 years might have been exact. And yeah, I've always been for the change. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. There's really nothing, and if it's offensive, and it, to me, saying that word, it is offensive. You're referring to someone's skin color. It might mean warrior, Mike. It might mean warrior, but I don't speak whatever tribe that is. I don't speak Navajo. I don't speak Blackfoot. I don't speak any of that. I don't know. But I come from the foothills from Kentucky, and you know what? There's a lot of Native people out there.
Yeah, and if they're offended by it, cool, change it. I don't care.
Yeah,
honestly, I don't care.
Yeah. So grab me a beer.
Let's tell me about this beer.
All right, let's get this thing out of the way here. Sorry about that little rant. It's Alan. He baits me all the time. So we're having some Daggum IPA Indian Pale Ale from Rahr Sons. Tonight is a Rahr Sons out of Fort Worth, Texas kind of night. We've already had a tequila barrel-aged beer. This one's an Indian IPA, or Indian Pale Ale, India Pale Ale, apologies. 6.6 alcohol by volume. It's super hoppy. Tons of hops. If that's not something you like, it's probably going to be a little bit overbearing for you, but it's delicious. It actually, a lot of flavor. It's actually kind of still there. You can still taste it. I finished this beer 5 minutes ago, but the hops that they use, I don't know if it's Cascade. It's not floral. It's not the not Majestic. I think that's Majestic. It's not those hops, so it's going to have the flavor. It's going to be full-bodied. It looks good, though. Super clear. Went down pretty smooth. Not a whole lot of IBUs I don't sense out of this one. So for me, this beer is actually check it out. Oh, what's up, Murph? This is going to be a check it out beer. If you're going over there to pick up that Texas barrel or tequila barrel that we just rated 4.5 and 4.25, if you like flavor, tons of hop, this is going to be that beer. So I haven't given my score yet, but I'm right here going to be about 3.75.
Okay.
Tons of hoppiness, a little bit. It's got aftertaste that's hanging in there, and that's where we're at.
I'm about a 3.5 on this one. I'm definitely enjoying it. Yeah, it's got that hoppiness. It's got that little bit of a aftertaste that kind of sticks on the tongue a little bit there at the end, but all in all, a pretty good little beer.
It's not bad.
Definitely enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. And so this is the second beer we've had out of there, out of Rahr and Sons tonight. We've done several shows. I mean, we've had tons of beer from Rahr. And this last one is Pride of Texas. All right. So we'll check this out real quick.
Pale Ale.
Oh, man, nice. So we got Pride of Texas Pale Ale, 12 fluid ounces, 5.8% alcohol by volume. Rahr and Sons Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas. I'm not reading the whole paragraph. Go to their website, rahrandsonsbrewing.com, because I'll be honest, we're up against it. We've got 30 minutes left.
And joining us here shortly is going to be the man himself, Michael Buckheiser, from the Mike and Mike Man Hour.
He's going to do it?
He's joining us. It was touch and go there for a minute. He told us he was going to join us, but then he had family pictures he was taking care of with the fam. He got all that taken care of. He just sent me a message a few minutes ago, said, I'm in. Send me the link. So he's going to be joining us here in a second. And we're going to continue talking about football. We got some football we're going to talk.
Oh, that's cool. Is that what he wants?
In the RTF network, there's been a lot of talk here lately around one player specifically.
Yeah, we've had a good post.
And the network's kind of a little bit divided, but nobody has a hotter opinion than Buckheiser himself, Mike. He's not a big Lamar Jackson fan. He's come out and said it. He doesn't think he's really an elite quarterback. He thinks he's okay. And he based off my conversations with him, it's mostly off of his 2 playoff losses. Okay, well, this last year you ran into Tennessee.
The defense planned to shut him down, and they planned well.
Yep. But we're talking, me and him, we're going to have a bet going this year. We haven't hammered out all the details of it, but it's going to be, I think Lamar Jackson is definitely going to be a top 5 quarterback this next year. He does not. We've offered him the floor. Hey, because he's catching a lot of flack on the because we've got a separate group that's just for everyone who hosts shows in the RTF network, and he's catching a lot of flack on the network for it, for his opinions on it. And you know what? We're the one show with the courage to offer him the forum to defend himself. So he's going to join us here in a few minutes. We're going to let him give his opinion, and then me and him we're going to talk a little bit, try and hammer some things out. But eventually, we will have a bet going on this.
Do you want to? Well, I guess while we're waiting for him to fire it up, you want to do the hypo, or you want to pull a random one, or do you got some other news you want to talk about?
Let's do the 5-minute while we're waiting for him.
Okay.
I want to give you 2 options.
Okay.
Give me A or B.
B.
Okay, B. You will be able to cure all diseases.
Okay.
You can cure every disease there is. But first, you have to kill one innocent child. You actually have to kill the child yourself, not just pick the child and someone else does it. You do it.
So I think I'm in the minority on this.
Okay.
I believe that diseases are kind of needed to keep the population down.
Okay. Not where I thought you were going to go with that.
No. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. A lot of like any other family or anything like that. Yeah, we've been impacted by disease and things like that.
Who
cancer,
hasn't, right?
And yeah, exactly right. But that also keeps the population. We're growing crazy right now,
right?
Like at a crazy rate. So something has to keep us reeled in. There's Mike right there. I don't know.
Mike's at the door.
Mike's at the door.
He logged into the feed and he rung the doorbell too.
So that's where it's where it's leading me, right?
Yeah.
Where I think I am on the minority on that, to be honest with you. Now, I don't know where you stand. I mean, if it came down to having to kill a small child to save, I don't know.
Not just a small child, an innocent.
An innocent. Well, I guess they're all innocent, really. I mean, you know what I mean?
You've seen Problem Child, right? That kid ain't innocent.
Oh my God, that kid's a jerk. But that's the thing. This thing is, I see it as a numbers or financial, and to me, I think it. Look, the medical industry is crazy. You know, they make a ton of money off of us. But if we cured all diseases, if we cured everything, how overpopulated would we be at that point?
Just like they said in Jurassic Park, life will find a way, death will find a way.
I'm sure, right?
I agree with you that I'm not killing the innocent kid for the cure to all diseases, but it's just because I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't look at an innocent kid and however, if we're doing, euthanasia or whatever,
shotgun.
I'm not taking a shotgun to the kid. It's just not happening, right. But I'm not going to just because I don't think I could do it. Right. Okay. You don't know what that kid's going to grow up to become or do or any of that stuff. And he's a sweet little innocent kid. Okay. It's like you got to kill Doc McStuffins. Who wants to be a doctor, right?
I don't know who the hell that is. Is that an animated game or a show?
Yeah, it's on Disney Junior. Okay. But anyways, let's bring Buck on.
All right, let's go widescreen here. He's taking a big sip right there.
Yeah, I'm drinking that American lager there tonight.
All right. So how you doing, Mike? How's life treating you?
Man, life is pretty darn good. I just got some family pictures taken with the old wife and the kiddos, and it's always fun to do family stuff when you don't want to do it. But hey, it is what it is.
That's the only time you do family stuff is when you don't want to, right?
Exactly.
No one just chooses, So when we brought you on, so me and you, we've gotten into a couple discussions.
Yeah, healthy discussions
about Lamar Jackson. I think we first got into it was on the Great Debate.
Right.
I had the hot opinion that I think Lamar Jackson is going to be the number one quarterback this next year. He was my select, and you gave it to me for that. Me and you, we're working on trying to work out some sort of a bet for him being. I say he's going to be a top 5. You don't think he will be,
right?
We'll work that out. We're still working out the details, how we're going to gauge top 5 and all that. But we wanted to give you the chance to come on and defend your opinion. Why don't you think Lamar Jackson is a top 5 quarterback?
So first things first is let me just bear with it. Like, I'm not taking away from the talent from the kid whatsoever. I think he's a very talented athlete. He was great in college. Obviously, I think he was a Heisman runner-up, if I'm not mistaken. Led Louisville Cardinals to a pretty good season. And just like I'm not taking away his pure God-given athletic ability. I'm taking away from the fact that he is just not a passer. Like, let's just be honest. He is not a passer whatsoever. Why he is not a top 5 NFL quarterback? It's because he has yet to win in January. The Tennessee Titans exposed him last year that he cannot throw the ball down the field. Point simple blank. The Tennessee Titans were putting 8-9 guys in the box, taking away his scrambling ability, taking away the running game, forcing him to pass the ball 10 yards down the field. What he had, I believe it was 60 attempts for like right around 52%. So 30 completions. I mean, yes, he did have 300 and some yards, but when you throw the ball 60 times, you better have 300 plus yards. So the reason why he is not a top 5 quarterback in the league is because he is not a quarterback that makes the players around him like improved. When you think of great players, let's throw Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, John Elway, all those ascending quarterbacks, MVPs, they made the players around them better. I'm going to ask you a hypothetical question here. Does Lamar Jackson make the players on his team better? Answer that question is no, he doesn't. If you would put Tom Brady on the Baltimore Ravens of last year, they were probably Super Bowl champions. Let's be honest.
I don't know if they are. They play a different style of football than what Tom Brady plays, right?
But Tom Brady has also make his athletes around him better.
I definitely think Lamar Jackson makes the team around him better, because look at how they were before he took over as starting quarterback 2 years ago. They were one of the worst teams in the league
because they had an aging defense.
He came in there,
replaced,
but he came in there. He only lost 2 games the rest of the way. He went 6-2.
Right,
took them to the playoffs, had them in that playoff game. He started the game off bad, but that's his first playoff game, right?
Right.
You got to work out a lot of bugs and things like that, nerves. But then that second half, with the whole stadium chanting, "Bring in Falco." He's playing in Baltimore, and every fan in that stadium turned on him, where they're chanting for Flacco to come in. Not Falco, Flacco come in.
I did hear you guys talking about the Washington team earlier.
He came in there and almost led them to the victory. Yes, he came up short at the end, but they were in such a deficit. And he actually turned that into a game, and they almost won that game. And then last year he goes 13-2. He improved in every category. Every single category. 9% of his passes were touchdowns. That's first in the league. His interception rate, he completely brought that down. He was 10th in the league in that. When you look at his QB rating, he was 3rd in the NFL. For yards per an attempt completion, he was at 7.8 yards. That was a 3-way tie for 13th place. So essentially he's top 10 there, because you got the 3-way tie that brings that there. His completion percentage, he was up to 8% versus how he did the year before. Not to mention, he was number 6 in the NFL in rushing overall.
Okay.
There was only 5 running backs where their job is to run the ball. No, I didn't see TJ's question.
All right. Jackson is a generational Michael Vick. Here's the question: where will he be in 5 to 10 years?
You know what? I see him. It depends on how he does. If he continues to do what he's been doing,
he will not be on an NFL team in 5 years.
Ooh.
Robert Griffin III is still around.
He's his backup. He's Lamar Jackson's backup.
That's all I'm saying.
But
RG3 is a different game style than like him. Yes, RG3 does have the scrambling ability, but he is a pass first, run second type of player. He just happened to get hurt, and he just never really got a chance to blossom again.
Here's the thing with RG3 though, and Lamar Jackson. RG3 is going to do nothing but help Lamar Jackson because he's Lamar Jackson before Lamar Jackson came into the league. When RG3 came into the league and was with Washington, I mean, we live here. I live here in Dallas, and all they talked about was I'm going to have to face this guy for the next 15 years because he just completely balled out.
Right.
He didn't know when to run out of bounds. He didn't know when to slide. He didn't know how to avoid the hit, and that's what cost him his career.
And that's what's going to cost Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson is so much smarter and better at it. He runs out of bounds when he needs to. He knows how to go down. He's not taking those big hits that RG3 was because he's got RG3 in his ear saying, hey, bro, don't do what I did. Go down. Don't be scared to run out of bounds. You've got time. You can go back and you can make those yards up the next play. Don't go for those huge plays. And in his second year as a starting quarterback, where, his first year he only played half the games, he's your league MVP.
Do you know why he was in league MVP last season? Do you really want to know why? Patrick Mahomes dislocated his knee and missed 3 games. That's the only reason why Lamar Jackson was NFL MVP. Patrick Mahomes was on pace for a 5,500 yard passing season, and I believe he rushed for right around 500 or 600 yards as well. Not only did he play a tougher competition, look who the Ravens play. They play the Browns twice. Who are the Browns? They are an habitual average team. Lamar Jackson has 8 total touchdowns against the Browns last season. Then they played the Jets. 5 touchdowns versus the Jets. Where the Jets end up like 3-13 or something to that effect. And then he played the Miami Dolphins. There's 5 touchdowns versus them. And then they played the horrible Bengals. I mean, the Cincinnati Bengals were 2-14.
Here's the thing: you can only play who's in front of you, right?
Yeah, but you are throwing stats out there. Yes, he improved. Oh, he threw more touchdowns. He threw less interceptions. Look who he was playing. This is why stats lie. This is why numbers lie. And this is why we have to figure out how to really judge a quarterback in the end, because you can throw 35 touchdowns versus the Miami Dolphins, Jets, and Bengals. Awesome.
36 touchdowns. You missed one.
30. Okay, my bad. 36 touchdowns. But when the Kansas City Chiefs are playing, the Cowboys, they're playing the Patriots, they're playing the Ravens. Yes, the Ravens defense was, I believe, was top 5 stat wise in the NFL last season. And then you had those sleeper teams like the Denver Broncos, and then they played the Rams. I mean, they had a tough schedule last season, and Patrick Mahomes missed 3 games. And he was still on pace, to be record setting. That's why Lamar Jackson is not a top 5 talent, because of the teams that he plays. We have seen it every time he plays competition, aka the playoffs, the best of the best teams, right? He chokes, he shits a brick.
He's had 2 playoff games where one is his first one. He struggled the first half, played an amazing second half.
So let me stop you right there.
Okay, go ahead.
So you are saying Lamar Jackson nerves. Oh, it's his first playoff game. Yada. What did Patrick Mahomes do in his first playoff game? The Kansas City Chiefs haven't won a home playoff game since before 1996. He goes in there, his first playoff game ever at home, and gets the dub.
And I'm not saying he's the best quarterback in the league, right? I think this year he definitely has the potential and the chance to be it. And if I were to be placing bets and placing money, I'd bet on Lamar Jackson being the best quarterback in the league.
Fantasy, yeah.
He's definitely improved each year. And I look for him to do nothing but improve again this next year. I think Kansas City came together at the right time. They did. The reason why you had Pat Mahomes having so many yards passing was because they were fighting in these games. They weren't winning all these games. He had to come back a lot. They had to fight for them. They got big point. They were either really good or they were really bad, kind of like how Houston was this last year. Not to the extreme. Houston was either the worst team in the league or they were the best team in the league. Kansas City wasn't quite that extreme, but they did have those periods.
The problem with Kansas City Chiefs, like I am a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I got my Super Bowl hat right here, just in case you guys didn't know who won the Super Bowl last year. Kansas City Chiefs did. Yeah, but they had the worst defense, like statistically, in the NFL history for the first 10 weeks of the season. So that is why Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City Chiefs had a battle back and forth. Lamar Jackson had a top 5 defense all year. But the reason why they were normally behind is because he threw a pick six or fumbled the ball or just shed a brick.
But they also, part of their problem is they didn't have that run game. And Baltimore has the Chiefs. Yeah.
Right.
They didn't have that run game. So if you got up or you're trying to control the game, you couldn't. They had no way to control the game.
Right.
Whereas Baltimore controlled it. Kansas City was big plays. Big play after big play. You got all those stud receivers there. These guys running. They're the fastest guys in the league.
Yeah.
Right? Not only did you have you had Hardman,
Hill,
you had Sammy Watkins when he was healthy. I mean, they're the fastest team in the league. So you just said, just go.
Just run, go right.
And he just throw the ball as far as he can, and you're not out throwing those receivers.
Right. So so on the Mike man hour like this past night, we kind of got into a discussion about if Lamar Jackson were to switch teams, would that team instantly be Super Bowl contenders? And the team that came up last night was the Dallas Cowboys. And like I said, the Dallas Cowboys have a better chance of making to the Super Bowl with Dak Prescott at the helm than Lamar Jackson. Because I'm trying to think of how we got there. We basically were saying that Lamar Jackson doesn't have the supporting cast to catapult him to the Super Bowl. And let me ask you this: do you think the Dallas Cowboys probably have the best complete team in the NFL with the receiver? I'm talking offensive wise, with the receivers, running back, and quarterback.
They're a weak coaching quarterback. And they were terrible week at coaching. Like they had the worst coaching in the league.
Well, but like I'm talking about this year with the addition of Mike McCarty.
We'll see. It's a different offense, right? I definitely see the Cowboys struggling on offense this year. And like we were talking about a little bit earlier, is because teams that have new coaches, new offensive schemes, they're going to struggle because they don't have that practice time. They don't have that time to work through all this.
Especially
you can memorize the playbook all you want and learn all the plays all you want, but until you actually get on the field and start running through those and doing those plays and getting that timing down with all of that,
especially this year,
it's going to be a struggle. So the teams aren't going to have that. So your teams that are going to do well this year are teams that have coaching staffs in place. Your teams that are going to struggle this year are teams with new coaches, new offensive coordinators, because they're not going to have that time. They're going to start the year off really bad. So look for Dallas to have a bad start. Look for Washington to have a bad start. Look for any team that's changed.
The NFC East to be pretty weak anyways.
So,
yeah.
It would not surprise me if the NFC has a playoff team at 7-9. That would not surprise me at all. 100%. So before I came on, you guys were doing hypothetical 5 minutes. I think it was called, right? So hypothetically speaking, who do you think is the best complete offensive team in the NFL? Is it the Kansas City Chiefs, Dallas Cowboys? Like just throw out a team.
I mean, over the Cowboys, I would give you the Saints.
Okay. So
Cowboys.
Okay, so let's put Lamar Jackson on the Saints. Are the Saints better with Lamar Jackson on the field?
Well, could you imagine that?
You know what? I think they might be.
That'd be terrifying.
Why? Why would they be better?
Dual threat.
Look at
Breeze ain't running anywhere.
Breeze ain't running anywhere, right?
Okay.
Yes, Breeze is.
You got the number one receiver.
He's
in the
one
league.
of the best quarterbacks in the league, right? And you've got Michael Thomas there, who the guy. If you throw it to him, he's catching it.
Yeah.
Just throw it in his area.
Throwing it down the field, right? More than 15
you
yards.
grew up playing football. The coaches always tell you, if you touch the ball, you should catch it, right?
Right. Correct.
Michael Thomas is that player. If he can touch the ball, he's going to catch it. I think he had less than 5 drops all last season.
Yeah, I believe he set the record for like 2 drops like all season.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the football is a one-man cold to Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, someone catching it.
So
coming down with it.
And then you add Emmanuel Sanders to that team. I mean, that's going to be scary. You throw Lamar Jackson there, so you've got the receivers. You've
TJ
got
says
the
they go
run
downhill. TJ says they go downhill.
I don't know.
I think downhill to the playoffs, like straight into the playoffs.
You saw how the Saints played with Teddy Bridgewater, and he hadn't played in how long? You know,
Bridgewater. I was surprised when they put Breeze back in.
I wasn't. He's Breeze.
I mean, he is Breeze, but Bridgewater held everything
I
together.
wouldn't be surprised if the Saints would be better with Lamar Jackson.
So
I'm going to point to how awful the Ravens were before Lamar Jackson took over as starting quarterback.
Okay.
They weren't a playoff team. They were one of the worst teams in the league.
Was it because of the quarterback situation, or was it because the coaching sucked? Because I think
same coaches.
They do have the same coaches. I don't that is obviously like a fact. The coaching staff did not change, but their play calling changed. Their approach to the game changed, right?
Uh-huh.
So, I don't think Joe Flacco was really the issue. It was the coaches that didn't want Joe Flacco there because they drafted Lamar Jackson. And you can say they tanked the season. I'm going to say it. They tanked the season because they didn't want Joe Flacco in there, and they wanted a reason to get him out.
Well, you put Flacco on Denver, which wasn't a bad team when he went there, and they didn't do anything.
Yeah, something happened between Joe Flacco that like
injury.
Did he get hurt?
Yeah. It was all about the back.
Yeah.
He's missed the better part of the last before he went to Denver, the 2 years because of the back. So let's go ahead and circle back here. You said the Saints are better with Lamar Jackson on the team, and I'm going to dispute that because what makes the Saints Saints is the fact that Drew Brees can push the ball down the field accurately. He can hit Michael Thomas on those 40-yard passes 9 out of 10 times. When they pass the ball down the field, it opens up the running game for Alvin Kamara, right? Right.
With Lamar Jackson in there, they are going to do exactly what the Tennessee Titans did. They're going to put 8 guys in the box and force Lamar Jackson to throw the ball down the field. Yes, Michael Thomas does catch everything in his catch radius, but every pass over 15 yards, Lamar Jackson has a 40% completion rate and a catch rate of only 50%.
Yeah.
With that being said,
with worse receivers.
Is it worse receivers though?
Michael Thomas is the best receiver in the game.
He is a top 5 receiver, yes. But I think Marquise Brown is probably top 10.
He's no Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
He is no Michael Thomas, but I'm saying
Michael Thomas.
All right, so when you said top 5, we only got like 8 minutes. If you say Michael Thomas is top 5, who do you got up there?
I got Julio Jones. Me in no particular order. I got Julio Jones, Tyreek Hill. I'm going to go. Shoot.
If you got to think about it, you ain't got 4 receivers better than him.
Yeah, he's the best.
That's. If you really got to think about it, then you're really thinking hard and you're struggling to think
What's
about
his Twitter handle? Can't guard me, Mike, or something like that.
So
Hopkins. Yeah, Hopkins.
The only player that I would consider up there with him is DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, that's it. It's him.
Julio Jones is good, but he's missing that certain one. He can't get a touchdown. The guy can't get a touchdown.
Yeah, and he's injured every year.
He gets hurt a lot. Mm-hmm. I put Julio Jones below those 2 guys. I think the top of it's DeAndre Hopkins and Michael Thomas. And you can work everything out beneath there, but I don't think there's anyone else who's in that area. You got some guys who could be, but I don't think you have anyone who's there.
Y'all iron out this bet. We got 7 minutes.
We'll keep talking. We're gonna have to let you go, Mike. We got to wrap up the show for the day.
Late night beer review will be open.
We'll definitely keep talking. We'll work something out for this bet. We'll get this bet going because we definitely need to get it going, and we'll get things worked out.
All right, man. As always, guys, great show. Pleasure to be on.
Hey, thanks. Guys. We'll talk to you later, Mike.
All right.
Let's talk this beer.
We got to hammer it out.
We got to talk this beer.
It's pretty good.
Tell me what you think.
Let's
recap. We're drinking Pride of Texas Pale Ale, 5.8% alcohol by volume from Rahr and Sons. What do you think?
I think it's pretty good.
Liking it.
I completely enjoyed it. Right. I mean, a pale ale is right up my alley. I like the dryness, some good flavor. I mean, 375 if you need to score from me right now. I don't think I've had it
so
before.
It's right there on the same with the dadgum?
It's almost like I don't want to give it a 4 because I'm handing out too many high scores. But it's pretty I have it above the dadgum right now.
Okay.
But I don't want to give it an 8. But I like it a lot. I like the pale ale style. It suits me a little bit better. I probably should have got the dadgum of 3.5 and this a 3.75, but I'm enjoying this one quite a bit. And it's just right in my wheelhouse.
I'm definitely enjoying it. I like the dadgum a little bit better, but I'm more partial towards IPAs.
Yeah, hoppiness and whatnot.
The hoppiness, I like that. I like that little bit that lingers on the back of your tongue with the IPAs that gives you that.
Yeah.
This
one's a little bit more dry.
This is a little bit below it. I'm giving this one a 3.25.
Okay.
I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm liking it for sure. One thing I'm sad we didn't get a chance to talk about during the show was Joey Chestnut.
We got 5 minutes. Hammer it out.
Okay, so Joey Chestnut. He's the greatest
He's American champion
athlete
sports.
of our of all time.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
13 championships.
Uh-huh.
He's won 13 in the last 14 Nathans. He last time he lost in 2015 to Stoney.
Mhm.
Stoney had 62. He had 60, but he was also fighting off an injury that year too.
What, he stubbed his toe?
He did the jaw.
Oh,
you know?
Jesus. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Yeah.
So, but he just broke his record, 75 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Averaged 7.5. When he first started, I thought he was going to eat 100.
He was flying.
Through the first 4 minutes, he was eating 10 dogs a minute.
We had the RTF guys going bonkers too, because we were posting stuff and they were like, they didn't even recognize what the hell was happening. And I go, make sure you text me. Make sure you text me. And I put it on the screen up in the living room. Lizzie was even like, what the hell's going on? Let's see what's going on. Eat. You know,
oh man.
The women kind of depressed her a little bit because you had a couple that only put on like 3 or 4 dogs.
Yeah.
But
it was cool when you watched the women's because you didn't have the crowd there.
Yeah.
And Mika, she was going for a record, and I think she got it or she just missed. I can't remember. I think she just missed her record.
Yeah.
But you had the last minute, the other competitors cheering for her. They were clapping and they were cheering, and you had some of the media that was doing it, trying to get that crowd going,
right,
and things like that. But Joey was, he said the 6 minute mark he missed the fans at that point.
Yeah.
Because he said he always fed off. But again, he still set the record.
Right.
He's the first person ever to hit 1,000 dogs during the lifetime for the Nathans. He's won the last 5. Before that, he had won 8. He's won 13 in the last 14. He could have stopped. Here's how dominant his performance was.
Randall, you didn't even put that there.
He could have stopped eating hot dogs at 5.5 minutes, 5 minutes and 35 seconds, and still won. Completely dominant. Now
they're Nathans. They're kosher. Yeah.
The Nathans, yes. Now, granted, his number 2 competitor, Stoney, wasn't able to come because he's not from New York. And with the restrictions in New York right now, you have to be quarantined for 2 weeks.
We can't even go to New York right now.
Well, you can go. You just have to be quarantined for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, but you're not going to. So
I'm not putting up with
now.
that.
Let me ask you this question: what's Joey Chestnut's net worth?
4.5 million.
He ain't worth that much.
Oh, 500,000.
He's not worth that little.
Oh, 1.5.
1.5 million.
All right.
He gets 10,000 for winning the Nathan's hot dog eating competition.
Good for him.
So, but yeah, he's a man amongst boys in the competitive eating realm. I was watching a video of like his workout. Like part of his workout is he has a stress ball and he's chomping down on the stress ball.
That's why they call them jaws, right?
To build those jaws,
Oof.
right? You know, it's insane what he does to work out, but not even just that, but what he does for just his overall workout routine. He's got how he prepares for the hot dog eating, but then there's everything else. But it's been a lot of fun. We've talked NFL, NBA, MLS, beer. We're going to come back here at 9 o'clock, late night beer reviews. We got Dylan from On and Off Field Sports joining us. We're drinking a tasty beer from Sam Adams, and we're going to talk some fantasy football. So Enter Zone, come and talk to us.
Yeah. Let's chat.
Let's chat, chitty chat. But you know what, guys? It's been fun. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm Rapper Dave.
We'll see you guys later. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to Strikeout Beer.
It was a great episode.
Wait, there's no more?